Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
ma'am. Yeah, thank you, Chair Nathanson and Vice Chair Reski and members of the committee. Today we bring before you House Bill 4141. Where this ultimately came was,
Just remember to say your name first.
yeah, my name is James Hieb, represent House District 51. But this came about because of a couple conversations that I had with a few retirees, and then something I heard in one of the revenue committees, and hearing about the CAFA funds, which the county assessors function funding assistance account. And so what this bill does is it doesn't, I'll start with what it doesn't do. It doesn't reduce property taxes. What it does is for people that can't pay their property taxes, it would stop or bring down the interest rate, because right now the monthly rate is 1 1/3%, which, you know, on an APR or an annual basis, that sounds fine, but on a monthly basis, it winds up equating to a 17.2% APR. It's so for somebody that is elderly, not working anymore, they're either going to have to defer their taxes and then, you know, take them out of their estate, and that stops that generational wealth, because their kids will then either have to sell the property or sell assets to pay that off. There was a gentleman that I talked to, it's like, he was worried about that. He's like, hey, I keep just barely making it, or if he said he's like a little bit late, and he had, you know, it was like $500 extra for being a few days late, and then sent off his check, and then they're like, oh, wait, you didn't quite get the whole amount. And he was just explaining how much of a nightmare it was for him. And it just seems to me like, to count on the revenue of people that aren't being able to pay their bills is, it just seems backwards to me. It seems like we're putting an undue burden on somebody that already can't pay their mortgage payment. And typically it only would apply to somebody that owns their own property. So typically somebody that's worked their whole life and is now retired. And it just doesn't seem quite right to me. And these funds, I know there's been a few concerns brought up to me, but these funds, they're used to fund county tax surveyors, but it doesn't go straight to the counties. It kind of goes back to the state, and then it's split up 25% to the county taxes. There's so many acronyms. It's like a tax assessor network fund, or TANF, and then the other 25% goes to somebody else. Another 10% goes to administration. And it's really hard to follow. It's kind of broken funding stream for the FAFA accounts. And right now I'm trying to get some tax relief or tax interest relief for these citizens, and possibly start the conversation about what would be a better function of funding the tax assessors.
Thank you. Thank you.